Previously on the Chris Hansen Conversation.
Close to 50 years, huh?
Close to.
Huh?
46 years.
46 years, bong.
Okay, I also can't remember.
Almost as old as me,
It
bong.
feels like yesterday.
Yes.
Adoy. That is so cliche. Yesterday once more, bong.
Yesterday was all.
Yeah,
Hey, but Chris, you realize, the cycle, the analog cycle has come back.
Yeah.
And you realize at that time, vinyl slowly faded away and you got CDs and all that. And later on, we have the digital, Spotify and all these kind of things. Suddenly, people want to touch the
Touch
vinyl.
is tactile. You want to feel it.
Yeah.
Correct.
You're right. Even my board, man, in the studio that I've got is
Yeah,
still a
correct.
bloody analog board, man. Because you want to feel the
You wanna
knobs. You got to.
feel.
It's a real touch and feel.
Even because I'm into photography. Even photography is the same thing. Everybody with digital, and suddenly now they're making new film cameras.
Yeah. But you got to worry too. You know why? Because now that we're saying this, there's going to be another thing that's going to come and just jam the brakes and all this. That would be AI.
Of course.
You have to remember that. Now you can sound like Mariah Carey, though you're singing all completely off key.
Of
There
course.
are apps out there,
Yes,
man.
yes.
That you just dump the file, you dump your WAV file into it, right? And it cleans you up so well.
Yep.
It's worse than auto-tune.
Okay, but don't forget,
Satisfaction.
now if you are good at doing this on AI, let's hear you sing live.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's a different story. already.
Exactly. And Wendy,
So
you're
the-
right.
the
Where's the
test-
satisfaction, isn't
The
it? Yeah.
test is live.
No, I agree that
Yeah.
I agree that as a tool, auto-tune, now that we're on this topic, I don't know how the hell we got here, but never mind. Now that we talk about auto-tuning, I mean, look, come on, even the best can do that, lah. It's okay.
Yeah.
When you treat it as a post-production and you put in a bit of auto-tune just to make
Yeah,
sure nobody's perfect,
Yeah.
right?
There's a slight
Just for
glitch here and there. Just
so
say,
your
yeah,
consumer can actually get the best out of you,
Of
which is
course,
okay.
yeah.
You're using it as a tool, but
Yeah.
not using it as something you can fake your way through.
to replace you.
Correct. Yeah. So if you've got slight auto correcting happening, it's fine. You don't. You're not going to just cheat all your way. But nowadays they got AI for that bullshit. If you listen closely next time, because you guys may not be in that arena that I am in. I'm a voiceover artist, right? And I tell you something. This whole year, 2024, man, I had zero jobs for VOs.
Serious.
Zero, man.
Yeah.
You know what you're hearing nowadays? Just listen. Even on TV, just listen. You're listening to AI.
Oh, okay.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Never before that I have had. This is already H2 of the year, second half of the year, right? And I'm telling you, man, I've had zero voiceovers completely. And this is to just show you that AI is so prevalent today. We just hope that you say analogs back. People want tactile. That's people. But when people higher up says, "Now I want to try and drive AI," well,
Cost saving. That's
God
all.
knows what's going to happen. Yeah.
That's just cost saving.
Yeah, and it's kind of scary though if you think about it. If you think about it, what you said you're playing for 48 years, right? Kai, correct? 48, 46 years. Okay, I'm making you older than you are. And how long have you been playing, Wendy?
I started 1986
86. Hey, do the math, Kai.
professionally.
Kai, come on, professionally in 1986.
All right.
So what is it now? What? Hey, hurry up! Your math's very bad, lah. Hurry up, quick.
38 years.
Wow. So 38 years, you're 10 years, not 10 years, less than 8 years ahead.
Yep.
Of all this time that you guys been playing, that's a mighty long time. Yeah. Mighty long time. Tell me one crazy epic moment that's happened to you that either made you laugh like mad, cringe, or want to brag.
Involving you or not?
No lah. What the hell is this got to do with me, man? This is got to do with you guys. It's not me. The show is a tribute. The show is a tribute to the both of you. It's not about me. Jeez. Yeah, without me. With being around here, definitely got a lot of funny moments lah. But there must have been something more epic than with me being around lah.
Epic. I can't remember, man. Anything, yeah? Anything you remember? Anything funny? Somebody came on and did something ridiculous.
One of the violinists fell off the stage at Four Seasons
yeah,
Hotel.
that's one, not really epic lah, but
Yeah.
but
Falling off a stage isn't epic.
no. You see, the best part of it, okay. let's just give you a quick overview of the scenario.
Mm.
We're doing this grand wedding,
Yeah.
and he wanted a 12-piece in that small ballroom
Yeah.
in Four Seasons. 12-piece, no. So I arranged for this client. He was willing to spend. So, 12-piece. So we squeeze on they put panels aside stage.
Mm.
So these were all raised panels.
Mm.
So the violinist at the corner, I think she didn't realize that her chair was already at the edge.
Mm.
You know,
Lean back.
one of those ballroom chairs.
Right.
So she was sitting down playing.
Right.
So suddenly at the end, we were doing the last song. I was playing. I didn't realize. Playing, the whole orchestra was going. Suddenly I heard a bit of a stumble or something. When she fell down, you know what she did? She didn't try to save herself. She saved the violin. Man. Her head went up. I said, hey, why is this girl holding the violin there? The violin must have been an expensive violin.
Yeah, man. Hey, this is a Stradivarius. I'm not gonna break the damn thing, man. I can break my bones, but not my violin. Yeah, oh
That was
my
a
goodness.
killer one.
Yeah.
But how is
After
she?
that,
Was she okay?
She was okay. She was okay. Young girl,
Yeah.
strong.
These are the stories, right? I mean, it's not the first I've heard. I mean, I think entertainers, by and large, we should have some hazard pay, man. No, really, really. I mean, it's not unheard of. I mean, falling off stages and stuff. I mean, there have been people. It's happened to some people. Never happened to me though. Should I tell this story? Okay, it's not about me. It's about someone. He's a celebrity. I'm not going to mention names. And he's known in the industry to have a bad back.
Whoa.
Okay. A disc issue.
Okay.
And and there was a night, in those days, right, when we do shows, it was usually kind of isolated into one particular spot in Singapore, and it's called Orchard Road. Before you had the little tripartite hotels in that triangle in Marina,
Yes.
in Marina Square, right? Okay, where you have Pan Pacific, Oriental, and Marina Mandarin. So there was a night, I remember, I had a show at the Hilton.
Okay.
And after the show is done, we all know who's who. Sometimes we know, okay, this other guy is doing the gig in Hyatt or doing the gig in Mandarin, right? Or in the Orchard Hotel and blah, blah, blah. So I knew that at that night when I was doing the show at the Hyatt, this guy, this good friend of mine, he had a show at the Hyatt. So usual, show's done. I'm done. I'm outside the hotel. I'm outside the Hilton at Far East Shopping Center, just sitting there having a cigarette. Yeah. It was late. Then usually you see lots of roadies packing up stuff, rolling the flight cases, blah, blah, blah. And some will roll by, some guys will go by. And then this bunch of guys came by because they had another setup somewhere nearby me. I can't remember where. And they also had another set that was in the Hyatt where my friend was.
Okay.
And they said, have you heard about what happened to so-and-so? I said, no, what? He was doing the chicken dance. And his back gave way.
Oh.
And he got stuck like that.
Whoa.
And I can't move.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Ambulance
good
came.
thing
Ambulance came and took him away that way, like that.
Good thing they didn't have social media then, huh?
Yeah, man.
Otherwise, it'll be all over.
But I tell you, when these guys told, they were recounting it to me, did you hear? This is why they told me what happened. And we tried not to laugh, but we were laughing our asses off. Chicken dancer. So, I mean, you hazard pay, man. I mean, remember in the old Neptune Theater?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I used to do so many shows in the Neptune because there was a time that for Mandarin Hotel, or the Mandarin Group, I used to do a lot of shows for them.
Oh,
yeah, and also because our dear friend Kenneth Louis also eventually moved over to the Mandarin, right?
Correct, yeah.
I did a lot of stuff for them and for the Orchard Parade guys.
Okay.
And ever so often, I'm at the Neptune.
Oh, okay.
And the Neptune, the stage is how freaking high.
Yes, very high.
And at that time in your 20s, you think you're invincible, right?
Yes.
No.
When we're having a party and a dance
You
is
jump
going
down.
on, I jump off.
Oh
Wow.
My gosh.
You hurt yourself?
At the time, I didn't feel the pain.
Okay.
You feel
But
it
that
like
doesn't-
years later.
There's a concrete floor, no?
Yeah.
Solid concrete floor.
It's not concrete floor. That one's it's a parquet floor. It's a dance floor.
Oh,
So
the
I
dance
jump
floor,
off the
yeah,
stage to the dance floor.
Oh, not so bad.
Yeah,
right?
but I think it's definitely something like 7 feet, 8 feet.
Very high, the stage. Yes.
I'll jump off, whoa, like a rock star, and then no one catching me, just a floor.
Ah.
I used to do that all the time, and I regretted
You thought
the
you
hell.
were Nirvana or what?
It's something like that, but at least they had people catching them, lah. You know, that hazard pay, man. We gotta get paid hazard pay too, boy. I can tell you that much. I mean, just because you want to entertain people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the craziest thing that ever happened to you guys by your experience. The violin is
Not
falling
the
off.
craziest thing, but maybe the craziest thing we couldn't remember. Yeah, but that's one of the funny things.
You know something? I paid tribute to Boni by playing all the V. A lot of it starting with your piano playing. Then, of course, the flautist came in. Remember, it's flautist. So now I'm going to play this just from Wendy.
Ah.
Oh, wow.
Can we play that one, please? I feel like a joint. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Boy, them shook, man, through the
Remember
headphones.
this well.
Okay, Kai, thank you so much.
Wonderful, wonderful memories, man.
You
Thank
see,
you.
wait, just to show how classy these people are. Huh? Black what?
Black Orpheus. It's from the musical Mana de Carnival.
Black Orpheus sounds like another dish next to a caviar. I look like a freaking redneck, I tell you.
Hey, but the translation of the song, you will like the title.
What?
A Day in the Life of a Fool.
See? I knew he was going to go somewhere with this shit. And he did.
No, it's a fact. That's the title. That's the translation. A Day in the Life of a Fool.
Oh, boy. And this is from the album Busy Doing Something, right?
Yeah, that's featuring.
Guess what, man? I still have it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
It's in my mom's house.
Wow.
Because when I got the album from you guys, I was still single. It's in my mom's place, and I play this like once every 2-3 weeks. I play your album.
Wow, thank you, man.
I'm not kidding.
Thank you. Wow.
That's why I remember it.
Thank you. Wonderful.
That's why I can tell you, I know
Must
your
turn it
stuff.
into
Man.
a vinyl, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be a nice.
Honestly,
vinyl.
that was that album.
Sounds
That
very
was
good in this cans.
yeah.
It sounds
good
very
in the
nice.
cans, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be nice as a vinyl. Man.
Yeah. You know why it sounds so good in cans? Because of course I had to remaster a little bit.
Of course. Yeah.
I did.
This, you remember you are listening to Chris Hansen's Can.
Right.
Not just that, I did some remastering too. So I just make sure that it's all going to sound good today.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, not that it
Wonderful.
didn't sound good before, it did, but
Yeah. But
do
some
a
better.
little bit
lah.
more. Just
Better.
do a little bit more. Give it a bit more Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, then as the years progressed, you guys were playing, and then now I realized something though.
What?
Hey, they're teaching lah.
Yes, we've been teaching for the last 20 years.
Yeah, thank you so very much. I really didn't know very much about that part. Lah. The last time I only realized, I tell you how I realized this, Wendy. I tell you how I realized that you guys were teaching. I tell you how. I realized that I pay attention to your music, the stuff you guys record. And
Okay.
I don't really see the teaching bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Until one day, I was at Century Square and you were rushing in a huff and a puff, and I was going out. You were in a hurry. You were going to Yamaha.
That time I was with Yamaha. That was
Yeah,
some
and
years
you
back.
and you said, I said, hey, Face. Then you went, hey, Chris. Yeah, I got class. Huh? And then he cabut no. Then he left really quickly. Started running away from some cop or something, you know. Like he go and curi something, go and steal something, cabut. He was really late lah. So I said, hey, Yamba, Boni, teaching. Oh. Then of course, it takes an idiot like me to put 2 and 2 together and then say, oh, he's teaching. Okay. That's when I started to realize, hey, these guys are teaching. Then after that, of course, I had to do some research, right?
Wow.
To before today. Hey, Wendy, teaching so lah.
Of course, yeah.
Clever lah, these people. Teacher. Now, why did you go into teaching? Is it because you wanted to slow down on performing and you want to just continue making money through teaching?
Our daughter came along.
There you go. Okay. So,
Yeah.
vagaries of life. Not that it's not a blessing. Don't get me the wrong way. We all have to do extra to make some extra money. I can respect that. Yeah. But it's really because you guys want to make sure that more could be done for the kid.
Not only that, because you see, if you work in the evenings, who's going to take care of her?
Okay.
Right.
You can't.
So this
you
is
don't
Wendy,
have time, no, for the
in
daughter.
case you are wondering where I'm going with this,
Yeah.
it's because there are people who watch the show, right?
Yeah.
And I always want people to understand why musicians ought to be cherished and respected. It's because we're just like them. We're just like anyone else. We got families to feed,
families
right?
to feed.
Right.
And we also go out there to
Earn
make
a
sure we
living,
entertain people, to
yeah.
make sure that our audiences appreciate and love what we can offer.
Of course, yeah.
It's always about the audience. It's always about
Of
that,
course,
right?
Yeah.
But when we have family, we all have families.
Of course.
Yes.
And we have to do the things we have to do,
Yes,
correct?
yeah.
And I want people to understand that. And also for other musicians who are younger and single, and I want to be a rock star. Yeah, you know that bollocks to you first, but
Yeah. Of
see
course.
what happens when you get older and you get and you settle down.
You can aim for the stars in the beginning, of course.
Right.
Everybody wants to do that, right?
Right.
As a young musician, you want to be the best in your field.
Yeah.
But then later on, when life catches up
Yeah.
and responsibility catches up,
Right.
number one, okay, you have to feed the family. Okay, you may be able to feed the family by doing gigs and everything, but then you don't have time with your kid.
Okay, so you guys decided to prioritize raising your child,
Of course.
right?
Yes.
And working nights is not going to hack it.
Yeah.
Correct? Okay,
So
great.
you needed to find an alternative.
Respect.
Alternative lah.
But so when you did that transition from playing nights and then now living a daytime thing and teaching, was it difficult on all fronts? Did you miss performing it in the evenings?
Wendy, you want to say something first?
Yeah. No, teaching music is still, we are still in music, and then we are imparting our knowledge, our experiences to the students. So we are still very much into the music circle, but instead of performing, we are educating the next generation. Now, I have experienced or been told by many parents that even Boni was telling me that some teachers are really, well, I would say, very impatient. They will take the ruler and knock the child's knuckle when they do it wrongly.
That was like Victorian times.
Yeah, that's what I don't want. I want to impart the love of music
The
to
sharing
my
of that love.
yes, to my students.
Yeah.
So that when they see the piano, they actually want to go to the piano
Want to
or to the
play.
flute and
Yeah.
want to play.
Yeah.
And not give it up when they finish grade 8.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done with it.
My parents wanted me to do it, so I was forced into it. Now I see a piano, I don't even want to touch it. That kind of
yeah.
That's
No,
the
you
resultant
can't
effect
force,
Yeah.
for even my friends, man, from my generation, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because music is about, sharing the passion, sharing the love.
Yes.
You share the love through your performance, number one, right? But you can also share the love by educating the younger generation because you have so much experience.
Right.
Mm.
So the first experience of teaching, the opportunity came along actually in 2004 when we did Eve of National Day show at the old NAC headquarters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, old NAC, that police building before?
With the colorful
Colorful
windows,
building.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hill Street.
Hill Street Police
Yeah.
Station. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, anyway.
Former CID.
Yeah, former CID. So
My
anyway.
dad's old office.
Yes, your dad's right. I remember. Yeah, the legendary Hanson. Yes. Anyway, we did a show, a lunchtime show, and I put together because I wanted something light. I don't want too heavy. Because these are it's a lunch thing. So we had a violinist, her on flute, myself piano, and I had the late Victor Gaskin on double bass.
Right.
And we played a selection of a fusion of some jazz together with some classical, and they really enjoyed it. And during the break, one of the managers, senior managers, approached me and said, "Would you care to do this kind of shows for schools and institutions?" So I said, without a hesitation, I said, "Why not? I think this would be great if I can do this for schools." So she asked me to sign up, and then from then on, we started doing. I started doing Jazz for All. That's my first ever National Arts Council program, Jazz for All, and it became very popular because I go around the school with a 5-piece band. We hire instruments, the whole set, and then we go down, and not only do we play music, but each song, I'll give them an introduction, tell them who's this composer, how did jazz start, and so on and so forth, what are the roots, and then how it's relating to modern music.
It's like this, like what you just did. Can we play that link, please, Kai?
Yep.
Now that
What link?
so funny, you just said that and just had
What
this
link?
plan. That's the one. Can we go for it, please?
One link. My name is Boni D'Souza. I'm a music educator, performer most of my life. This is the focus of my research about being yourself, an individualistic approach to music expression. I call this releasing the musical id. My research question therefore is, how do we release this musical id? David Kolb's Learning Style Inventory. He proposes 4 learning modes. Using this as my guide, I began my experiments with Nigel and Andrew. So Nigel began with the concrete experience, and then when we reflected on it, I asked him, "How do you feel about the piece?" So he said, "When I played the piece, I thought it was very sad. It was like you lost somebody." I said, "Okay, now you annotate the piece, right? And then you try." After annotating the piece, he played again. He was a little bit more fluent, but the sadness was still there. We then proceeded to the second cycle where I decided to provide images or visuals for him to see whether it influenced him. Suddenly it became a relaxing piece. He no longer felt it was sad or somber. So the visuals did make it.
Okay, thanks, Kai.
Wow, thank you. I didn't know you have this video.
I'm full of surprises.
It's really a pleasant surprise that you
Yes.
highlighted this. Thank you so much. That was, by the way, I was working on my thesis for the arts education for my MA, and I presented this to show how I infuse because this is very difficult to teach emotion to put into your piece. It's very difficult to teach because it's very abstract. So I related images and art to the music to change the perspective of the participant.
That's quite a good idea. I mean, it's a strange thing about music. FD and I always emphasize to people we teach, I still do to this day, that the very foundation of people like me getting behind this, not just singing, yeah. I'm talking about hosting a program. The basis of even what we do is music.
Exactly.
And some people don't understand that. If you don't have the ability to feel, sense the feelings with song or through song or from song even, you can't do this.
Of course.
Because your sense of rhythm, your pace of delivery, your elocution styling, it's going to be lost in translation. You wouldn't understand it at all. So you got to have an appreciation for music, and you got to be able to express. You got to be in touch with your emotions. And sometimes people like me, when I teach, I also use analogies, not so much visuals like you. That could be an idea, actually, to get people to understand this is the environment you're going to be in. This is the outcome you're supposed to have, right? And how you're going to express the entire tone, look, and feel of your delivery.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so that's why I feel that music transcends across the board. Just like left-brainers would say that the language of the universe and the cosmos is binary, it is mathematics. But the language of the right brain, first things first, man, the basis of it all, in my opinion, is music.
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah, and I think that's really brilliant.
Actually, music
Yeah.
is numbers with sound.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I think if we look at it from a very simplistic perspective, I am definitely not schooled in music, but like chromatic scaling is numbers as well. Am I right?
Yes.
Everything
Whatever
is
scale,
music.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Everything is numbers.
Frequency.
And this was not something proved in 2020 or 2024 or even 1950. It was proved in the 1600s by Johann Sebastian Bach.
That's right.
I mean, I don't know if you guys really, watch my other series called UFO Reveal Asia.
Oh, I didn't see that one. Yeah.
No. I have a series. I'm the only series in the entire Asia in the English medium that covers
Wow.
the UFO and aliens topic. And
Oh.
I have Bong here as my ufologist.
Bong.
Yes.
Iggy Bong. Wow,
Yes,
that's
Iggy Bong.
nice, yeah.
And since we started that series and we had to do a lot of research, I've begun to realize something. And in season 4, this is for season 4, your show today, the Boni and Wendy show is what it's called. It's for season 4. I've had some guests for my UFO series,
Wow.
and we realized something. Everything that's got to do with contact with whoever up there, right? Aliens or whatever. And with whatever phenomena that we've had in the world, and even in proper physics, science, it's frequency.
Exactly.
It's
yes,
about hertz.
Vibration.
Yeah, vibration.
frequency triggers emotion. I've learned that during
Yes.
my days.
And let me
playing
tell you
music.
what frequency that is. That is subsonic level. Okay?
Yeah.
That so far, in terms of not primordial, in terms of the animal kingdom, let me put it simply, only one animal can actually impact you with sound, and that's a tiger. At a subsonic level, to an extent that your human ear can't hear it, but it actually does, and it impacts you and makes you scared.
Yeah, fear.
Okay, it invokes anxiety, and there is a frequency that invokes anxiety.
Yes.
But there's also a happy frequency.
Of course.
So, for example, when you are in a good mood and it's a temperate country and it's winter and it's snowing, each snowflake's beautiful and unique in its own way. But when you're in a bad mood, it all turns out terrible and ugly and black. And that's a proven scientific fact, by the way. And it's vibrational. So when you play good music, and when I say to you earlier, I can recognize your sound anywhere. I can even hear the evolution of it because of experience over the years, because you sense it. There is this thing that people must realize how important musicians are. Because if you like what you hear, it catches you. It is not about the social media presence.
Yes.
It's about what they do with their instrument and how committed they are to that passion. And I believe that so much. That's why I can recognize a lot of things from people I listen to, music I hear, and it transcends. And I think it's important to understand that. There's even a frequency from here to space. It's 160 megahertz, gigahertz. Yes, or megahertz, something like that. Yeah. So frequency is everything, man.
Yes.
And since we're speaking about that, and you guys are teaching, when you talk about the kids you teach, kids, right? Mostly kids, right? Okay, kids you teach.
Kids and some later learners.
By your experience, have you encountered many of them going into music full time, either to teach themselves or to play?
Probably a couple of students veered in that direction because, first of all, we started teaching just about less than 20 years, right?
Yep.
So they would be either in college now, yeah, not that old, yeah. But a lot of them have gone into other aspects of life, but that music that they've learned early on, they've kept it, and it became their creative instinct for the work they did.
Yeah. I mean, all that's well and good, you know. I mean, as an individual, in terms of developing the person as an individual, correct?
Yep.
Yep. Through music, I can, of course, you know, kudos. But my point of view is are there any other reasons why students of music don't pursue music
Or don't pursue.
as a profession?
I think that's a simpler answer to that because number one, a lot of this younger generation, they were encouraged, and the whole school system is set that way, encouraged to get the highest qualifications you get and get a steady paying job.
So basically, it is the same old damn story you've been hearing. Is it the same up to today, Wendy? What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too.
Even up to today?
Yeah.
That you have the younger set of parents are mostly, the parents of the students you're teaching today are probably millennials, am I right?
Yep.
And even they are preaching the same damn thing to their kids?
Same, yeah.
Because
Because it's a material world, and you look at what's happening around us, you know, especially the younger generation, they want to start off life not like we did, working the ladder slowly, you know. They want to come out and straight away buy an Audi.
entitled,
Yeah, you know, it's that I've seen a lot. So that's the way they think.
Now that you mentioned the brand of the car, would you guys think that for musicians in this day and age, we'll be able to live life like Boni and Wendy
In the past,
in the past
I doubt.
with a Porsche and all that?
I doubt.
No.
Because at that time, you're making the earnings that you get at during the 80s and 90s was considered, you know, in the 80s, a manager of a restaurant would earn like 1,500. You know, there's a world of difference, you know. Yeah. And a musician could make 6,000-8,000.
Right. Yeah.
But now it's the other way around. No?
No, the manager makes more than the muso.
Yes.
What happened, do you think? What do you think happened? How did this transition occur?
Okay, for one thing, business took precedence. So everybody wanted to go into the business line or work for businesses.
Right.
Yeah. Rather than become musicians.
Right.
Number two, there was an overflow of the supply of musicians. In my time, I sit down at home. I don't need to market myself. I get calls. Oh, can you work here? Can you work there? Oh, can you do this gig? Can you do that gig? Now, we have to work extra hard to try to market ourselves just to get gigs.
Do we really have a lot more musicians today?
Of course. Because don't forget, now we have a lot of foreigners also, no? The population has really expanded so much. You compare 1.5 million to 5 million
and
people.
these guys are not doing a great job in their marketing because I don't freaking see it.
No, there are a lot of musicians there. Yeah, there are a lot of musicians.
There are musicians and then there are musicians.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I mean, there can be people, I'm a musician. Yeah, I got grade 8 piano. So what?
But then it depends on the market. How discerning is your market? No, the last
You're right, lah. You're right. You're
the
right.
last 10 years. Let's
You're right, you're right.
give an example. In the last 10 years,
Yeah.
I've been called to go for a job. Then they're comparing my price with someone who's just started in music. So you say, how come you're charging so much in this guy? So what do you say to that? You tell me.
Well, I can only answer that. I can only tell you, my answer to that would be a story that happened to me not too long ago. In both the voiceover marketplace and the MC marketplace.
Same.
Okay, and I mean, we're on camera. I don't give a shit. I'm going to say it. And this is to all our compatriots out there in our world. Yeah, I know your pain, man. I mean, I was asked to do for both voiceovers, and then there's another separate one for gig. Yeah. And I've been doing this. I respect to you if you really would count the number of years I've been doing this hosting work.
Of course.
I was 16 years old, man. I was since 86. Yeah. I've been paid.
Yes.
As in, I for payment for doing it professionally.
Yeah.
Even though I was in school since I was 16. So it's been coming 40 years, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I've got experience. I mean, come on.
Of course.
Right. And I don't really need to prove myself, to be honest. And I pick and choose my shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are using this now. Chris, do you think you can recommend someone else or some other people for us to choose from? I say, what? Hey, you're asking me to do the show for you and to quote you, but then you want me to recommend other people to you? I mean, what do I look like to you? A freaking dingbat? Right? And then, I mean, because I learned this taking care of business thing from this man named Boni Wendy Story a long time ago, right? And I go, bollocks, right? Now then, never mind. Here is the next thing they'll say. They said to me, no lah, Chris, you're too good.
You mean you want someone bad?
That's my next. That's my next question. So basically, you want rather have someone bad, so you pay less, but not bad lah, Chris. Just standard lower than you a bit can already. I said, dude, what the hell do you think we are? We're human beings. We don't have an on-off switch. We don't have a switch where we just I bring down my standard. Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, I come from I come from a school that teaches me you be the best you can.
Of course.
And you do what you can to grow you. And you're telling me, you stupid dumb fuck, you've just done too much for yourself. And you got so good at it that nobody wants to hire you. I say, Really? Really? Take the birdie, man. You don't tell people that. I mean, that's not right.
Yeah.
That's not right. If you don't have the budget, talk to me.
Yeah.
Talk to the people.
Yeah.
Say, can we do it like this?
Yeah.
Let me just give you a reminder. 10, 15 years ago, the excuse was the other thing. It was, for this one, you do cheap lah. I'll give you exposure.
Been down that road.
Yeah, exactly, right. And I go, I don't need the exposure, dude. You may not know me, and I think you need the exposure more because you don't know who I am. Stay steady,
Yeah.
Talk big, not bad, But come on, that's not right.
Yeah.
Then there was another time not too long ago also. Well, your name's so exotic. I thought you Pan-Asian. Okay, I'm not Pan-Asian looking, but that's why we're hoping you look Pan-Asian. I think a frying pan knock you in your head lah, Pan-Asian. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, all these things. It's like all the things that these people do is that's trending on. Change all the trends will start changing, and it's true. And I'm not going to take that kind of bullshit. No freaking way, man. I mean, doesn't it sound stupid to you? If you're one of those, you're dumb. Dingbat. Okay, anyway, coming back to the both of you. I'm coming to play this happy picture. Can we put a happy picture up with William Xavier, please?
Will.
Can you imagine when we looked at that, both Kai and I went, Mr. Rex! Mr. Rex was the MC! Well,
You found this picture.
Look at the both of you, man. Just look at our both of you, man. I mean, come on. This is the Boni Wendy show, like no other. And you guys being married, you playing together for so many years, and your lovely missus just said, my hero, my music hero is my husband. Wallah, my wife said that to me. I think today, not just rain will hail. I'm only kidding, baby. Don't get angry with me. Okay. Right. So you guys have this little communication thing happening with you when you're on stage playing. You have that little ESP, sensory perception thing with each other.
Actually, musicians who play together a lot, even I have that with my drummer, with my bassist, those people who I worked.
But more so with your wife, I would think, right?
Of course.
Don't get yourself in the pool, put yourself in the doghouse because of my show.
But most musicians, as Wendy would say, if you work together a lot, you can feel the vibes of what you're going to do next.
Yeah.
You can feel.
Yeah.
It's a communication developed that is not.
But do you guys
obvious.
actually have disagreements when you're playing together, man?
Not when we are playing together.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Really? Never once? Not even once?
No agreements.
Right.
Yeah, because I respect Boni for his leadership and his experience,
Wow, I tell you,
his know-how.
a wife like this damn rare, no, brother. Let me tell you, okay?
You cannot have disagreement when you're on stage
Yeah.
That is true.
because it reflects badly on your group.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
Now I know why you're so terrible of you. That's really, no, I'm not kidding. I mean, that's really the way to look at it, man. I mean, it's a show.
Yeah.
The show is
Yeah.
above everything else, right?
Yes,
right.
yes, yes.
That's something people don't
The
realize.
professionalism must be
Yeah.
put first.
Yeah, it's something people don't realize, I think. You know, that,
Yeah.
that you must understand that when you pay people,
Yeah.
who are so into the business, right, to do service for you, know that for a fact that it's always the audience that comes first.
Of course.
It's not the client, man. You can be the one paying,
Yeah.
but it's not about you. You're not organizing this for you. You're organizing it for the people that you
Yes.
want to have
Yeah.
a good time,
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
right? So don't be a smart ass, okay? All you people, I don't think you're all smart, Alex. Huh? You're not that smart. No, you're quite dumb, no, actually. Because if you're not, in doing this kind of business for yourself, don't think you know everything. Get that. Shut the fuck up. That's why I like this show, it's like therapy for me. Okay, man. Let me see now. You're almost to the end already.
Okay.
I tell you, a long time already. Talking. How long has it been?
But it was
Kai?
fun. It was fun.
It's been fun,
Yeah.
right? Hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
If you know of any aspiring musician couples out there, what advice would you give? Is it all sunshine and rainbows? Are there earplugs involved?
What advice would we give
Yeah. To musician couples.
musician couples?
Actually, I can't think of anyone.
First, one
Jason
thing,
Ann, okay. But who else is there?
one thing important thing: don't play the same instrument
Mm.
You're not kidding.
because that
Why?
will lead to a lot of disagreements.
Mm.
Huh? How? Okay. So you're saying if I play the piano, the wife plays the piano, don't play the piano together.
Because
Is it?
you will have different perspectives of your instrument, and that will clash. But if you play, say, piano and flute, piano and violin, piano and something else, that's fine.
No wonder Jason play drums and play keyboard.
Exactly.
You have to
Okay.
complement each
How about if the
other.
two of them? Let's say they're not instrumental. They're not instrumentalists. Let's say they're singers. Then how?
I've seen singers also have this problem.
Really?
Yes, I've seen.
Unless you
couples
can
are
sing in harmony.
I mean, if you can't sing in harmony,
They sing in harmony, but
Haizat is for you,
that's the technical aspect. Singing
Uh-huh.
in harmony is just a technical aspect.
right?
But you see, singers, I mean, let's face it, a lot of singers have big egos, right?
No, I don't have lay.
So you'll be
I don't have one.
you'll be stepping on each other's egos all the time.
No lah. I mean, I think that one where that is concerned, it could also transcend to how the actual marriage is about lah. Don't you think so?
Could be.
I mean, this is truly, it's really Alia and Haizat. These two are like, they are so in love with each other. I tell you, it's so saccharine, I can get diabetes. So, and they sing together, and they're actually having a great time doing it.
Oh, wonderful.
Well, not everyone, lah. But I hear you. It could be about the egos, But I'm glad to say that so far, there was a young musician that's coming on that's on the show for this season, and he's fantastic. You know, he's a singer.
Okay.
Right? The guy got no egos, man. Talented as shit. Talented as shit,
And
man.
his
I mean,
wife?
this guy is scary. You know, he's single.
You see, my point
Yeah,
exactly.
But egos, we're talking about this. The reason is that egos, it's about egos, you know. And in order for husband and wife, for example, girlfriend, boyfriend, to have an issue, you know, with each other, singers and vocalists, it's about the egos. And I agree with you there, man. But it's a good piece of advice. I think the idea is to drop the freaking egos.
Exactly.
And across the board for most musicians, I think most musicians have got egos.
If you can. If you can. But doesn't mean, a lot of people think ego is a predominantly male thing. It's not.
No,
Females have big egos.
absolutely not. I know some female vocalists that got egos as bigger than a freaking fridge. It's true.
Yeah.
They're bigger than Luis Juliano's bass drum.
That's not very big. He likes to play the small set, right?
I'm not gonna go there.
He likes to play the small set, remember?
I know it's Black Tama set. I know. Okay. Anything exciting coming up for Boni and Wendy, man? A new album, maybe?
Now that the year is halfway through,
Yeah.
and I've done a lot of things. Just to plug this in, we're doing a show with Brian Richmond on the 24th of August
With the church.
down memory lane,
For the church.
and we have a lot of wonderful singers like Vernon Cornelius, Robert Fernando,
Yeah, who never returns my calls.
Stephen
Robert
Francis.
Stephen Francis.
Oh, Stephen, hey, buddy.
So many of them, and I'm working. So I've been appointed musical director, and I'm doing all the arrangements. So that's going to be a wonderful thing that I'm occupying myself.
I don't know. I wasn't invited, so never mind.
But after that, I'll be looking at doing an album lah.
I mean, Uncle Brian didn't want to return my call. Vernon Cornelius didn't bother to even answer my messages and all that, you know.
By the way, Vernon came for my show, no?
And then after
I was
that,
surprised.
I'm not even invited.
I was surprised.
For the
He came
show,
down
you
for
know.
my
Thank
show
you,
at
Bernard Lim. You
Cool
didn't invite me. I know. Yeah, who the hell is Chris Hansen anyway? Who gives a shit, right? Yeah, I know. Yeah. So you guys have fun. Yeah, okay. I feel so let down. Never mind. It's okay. It's just me.
You didn't come down for my show, though.
Kucing kurap fella. Don't invite this fella for what?
Chris, you didn't come down for my show at Cool Cats.
I couldn't
You didn't come down for my show at Esplanade. Just in
Cannot
July.
I got hospital duty lah. Don't
yes.
forget.
That's right.
I wanted to. It was on my schedule.
Oh, wonderful.
But what happened?
Of
My
course,
mother
right.
lah. That's
Sorry,
right.
sorry.
It's okay. It's on camera anyway. Okay, now looking back at your musical journey, both solo and together, what are you most grateful for? Besides, of course, each other. I close this one now.
What are we most grateful
Yeah, what are you most grateful for?
Wendy, you want to say something first before I... What are you most grateful for?
Well, I'm so glad the question's making you guys think.
No, I have a few things, but if she wants to say something first.
Yeah, sure, please.
Yeah.
Mic's open, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Our daughter,
Wow.
Bonita.
And you attribute her existence for you guys because music brought you guys together.
Yes.
Ah.
And our mind maps has been transferred to her.
Yeah, she's got the musicality from both of us.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are really serious about this mind map thing, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's inherited a lot of good points from both of us. Yeah. Some of the bad points, but that is another matter lah.
Are you going to say the bad points all his?
But frankly, Chris, we didn't have a child for the first 7 years of our marriage, right? And strange thing, I thought it was a real blessing that when I did an album for Father Richards, he and Patrick approached me to do an album to raise funds for the church. They engaged me professionally to do an album. So I put together the album. This was in 2001, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And after that album launch, and I also composed a song for the album, Blessings and Wishes.
Mm-hmm.
Strangely, after that album, she was pregnant with Bonita.
I can relate, man.
It's a blessing. Yeah.
My wife and I, we were also without child for 7 years.
Was it? Wow, we had
And when
similar
Ethan
experience,
came
huh?
along,
Similar experience, huh?
yeah, we had before we flew away for a holiday, we were invited by the Franciscans to have dinner with them, and they prayed over us for a child. We came back from our holiday, and there you go, Ethan.
You see? That's why what I'm grateful for, the most thing that I'm grateful for is for God blessing us. Although I can say that we weren't great Christians when we were young. So we developed that bond so that when my child was like 5-6 years old, when he's starting to play the violin and all that, we went to play in the church and have been there every Sunday since.
Yeah, fantastic,
To give back,
man.
to give back.
Fantastic. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm happy for the both of you. I know that you guys are a real tight-knit family. Just for a fact, I know that I see it in your socials all the time. You know,
Not that we don't have all
and then
disagreements,
Bonita,
but
has
we
also
do
grown up to cook food that I cannot fucking pronounce, but you know, and so really has your mind maps. Probably plays music on and scores and the titles of songs are what the hell? I can't pronounce it. Yeah, you know. But I'm happy for the both of you guys. Seriously, I am. I mean,
Thank
it's
you.
really nice to see. I've not met your daughter, you know, for a long
one day we'll meet.
time.
Yes.
And it's really wonderful to have you guys on this tribute show.
Thank you
And-
so much for inviting
And
us.
I
Yes,
treasure the
thank you.
both of you, and I thank you for really bringing music to Singapore in your own way, right?
Thank you.
Jazz,
Thank you.
and I always remember, I remember this, and I can remember this scene like that yesterday
What's it?
when you have Bonnie sitting in the Shangri-La in the piano lounge.
Shangri-La or Four Seasons?
Shangri-La,
Oh,
Shangri-La. And I'm seated. Sometimes I'm alone because after work I'm tired as shit. And I just
Shangri-La
park my
in the
car
In the
at
lobby.
Shang. I'll
Yes.
go into the lobby. I'll sit
97,
on a table that's nearby the piano.
Wow.
And your piano is always a little raised up on
Yeah,
a
yeah.
platform.
Yeah.
Right.
And I see Bonnie down there and he does this, strolling in the park, watching winter turn to spring. And I go, why is this guy doing a Roberta Flack?
Because you raised me up.
I don't know why, but every time I think about Bonnie playing solo on the piano, it's always that song.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, because every time I see you, you are playing that song.
I like that song.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Really, and he's singing it too, you know, right? So it's my goodness. Thank you guys for being on the show. Hey, people, you've been watching. Actually, I don't know whether or not you got most of the things we were saying because, you know, we know each other so well. We've been talking crap all the time. Not really entirely all crap. Me, the redneck between these two classy people on the tribute to SG music icons. And to me, these people are amongst the top, right up there amongst the royalty in music in Singapore. Boniface D'Souza and his lovely Mrs. Wendy Lowe.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Clarice.
very
Thanks,
much.
guys, so much.
Wonderful
Really.
to
Yeah, man.
be invited for your show.
Yeah, thank you so very much, guys. And please tell the musos that when I invite them as a tribute, no, don't bloody ignore me. So bloody Thank you so very much, people. We're still in season 4, the Chris Hansen Conversation. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you again real soon. No matter what happens, always remember, when you see your favorite musician, give the guy a hug and say thank you. Bye-bye.
Shut